What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining us for this being my Thursday night, 8 p.m. live hot topics and social commentary show. A couple things I want y'all to do before we get started. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Press that big white subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it for it, brother. Be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content I'm putting out on my channel. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various topics we're discussing on tonight's show. Also, be sure to press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but certainly not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. I released my video for a review on the three-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, as well as a overview of the entire season. So be sure to check that video out. Genesita, how you feeling, girl?
I'm feeling real solid. Happy to be here, you know what I'm saying? And excited to go to bed.
I hear that. I hear that. I will be getting some of Mama's soup that she made the other night after this live is over with.
What
I
kind of
will
soup is
enjoy.
it?
It's a soup. Well, she doesn't have a name to it, but it's got ground beef in it. It's got potatoes. She put okra in it this time, which I wasn't necessarily happy about that. But hey, it is what it is. Potatoes, green beans, and it's like a
More like
tomato
a
base.
vegetable soup.
Something like a vegetable soup with meat in it.
It's a vegetable soup.
Okay,
Black
yeah.
black people put meat inside a vegetable soup.
Oh, okay. All right. Learn something new every day.
I
Learn
learned
something.
that our family isn't the only people that do it. I found that out on TikTok.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's really good. She puts sugar in it, so it's sweet too. It's awesome. Low key, it was sweeter the last time she made it, but we ain't going. We ain't gonna get into that.
You
We're not gonna
know,
get into
potato
that.
potato, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
exactly. Specifics aren't important here, but hey, it is what it is. So, let's get to the comments, Jennifer.
Miss Kim is here. She says, "Hey J&J."
Hey, Miss Kim.
Woo!
Greetings and salutations, my love. So
Just
glad
wanted
you're
to
here
make
with
sure we
us.
said that before we get started. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So there were quite a few major deaths that happened this week.
A lot of people went to glory. They
There
ain't never
are,
been before.
yeah, three of them that I wanted to mention. Christy Knowings, which I just found out about today. She was a former cast member of All That. She was on one of the later seasons, not the reboot, but like right before they did the one of the latter seasons before they
Mhm.
did the reboot. She was on there. She passed away this week. Tim Curry.
What?
Yes, yes. Tim Curry, who was a very famous actor, he was in Home Alone 2. He played the concierge. He played Pennywise in the Stephen King It
The original
Adoration,
one.
the series. He's done quite a bit of voice acting. He passed away at the age of 80 as well, I believe on the same day as Dolly Parton. And of course, Dolly
Th-
Parton,
Were, were they both 80?
they were both 80. Yes, they were both 80. And Dolly Parton unfortunately passed away this past Tuesday, I believe it was, at the age of 80. Her family did say that she was battling cancer. She had also had some autoimmune and kidney issues, really, for the last couple of months. Her nephew released a video announcing her death. And it hit me harder than and I don't want to escape past Christy Knowings. She was hilarious on All That. And Tim Curry, who was an iconic actor. He was also in Scary Movie 2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shout out to them. But I really wanted to focus on Dolly Parton just for a moment here. It hit me harder than I expected, and more than likely that's because I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it to take place. She had so many things that she was getting together. She's still working on the score for the musical that's based on her life.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to be starting later this year or early next year. She has a museum that's in the works that's going to have all of her memorabilia, things of that nature. So she's on her get money thing, like and she's also
Well,
making
not just
sure.
get money. I think those kind of things are to, just establish her iconicness.
Legacy.
Her legacy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I was going to get to that. That she
Oh,
wants
let me shut up.
she wanted to make sure that her legacy will live on and on and on and on. And something else that I hadn't noticed until I was, because my YouTube is full of Dolly Parton stuff, like full, chock full of Dolly Parton videos. And I never noticed that she'd always covered her arms whenever she appeared live. And I found out it's because she has tattoos. She has butterfly tattoos all over her arms. And I guess she didn't want that to show. But another thing that I didn't realize about her, after she wrote I Will Always Love You, it went to #1 on the country charts on Billboard, and Elvis Presley wanted to cover the song. But his manager called Dolly and said, in order for him to cover it, we need 50% of that publishing. And Dolly was like, no. No, 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 not happening. Not, no, 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 no. That's my ducats, y'all messing with. She said that she cried after that phone call because she really, really, really wanted Elvis to do her song, but she didn't want to give up her publishing. And then when Whitney Houston covered it in 1992 for the Bodyguard soundtrack, she made over $10 million in royalties. And she used those funds to develop a housing project to support African Americans. So I can go on and on about Dolly Parton. Was I the biggest fan of her music? I'm not the biggest fan of country in general, but I loved Dolly. I love the fact that she was such an ally and advocate for the LGBTQIA plus community. In interviews, she would be asked if the Christian community ever came up against her for that, and she says all the time. But she feels like we're all God's children, and we should all be treated fairly. And another story that she's told in an interview that she competed in a drag Dolly Parton contest and she lost. I always thought that was
She ain't
amazing.
good at being herself.
I guess maybe the drag queens just did it better than her. Who knows? And maybe she wasn't all dolled up because we never saw pictures of her in that contest. But maybe she wasn't all dolled up the way that she typically is. But it is what it is. But I always loved her style. To me, it always seemed like she was wearing Bob Mackie. Bob Mackie is known for those really glittery, really shiny outfits, but here's her a little bit more skimpy, and that leaves not as much to the imagination. Cher, Tina Turner, RuPaul, they've all worn Bob Mackie stuff. But I love, 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 love Dolly Parton. And I love the fact that she's never been problematic. And she's always been such a sweet soul. And she seems like a woman that anyone would love to be around, would love to be in her space, to love to be in her aura. And I really, really, really appreciate what she brought to this world. One of the only things that I've agreed with Trump on is having all the flags to fly at half staff for a week in tribute to Dolly Parton. I was honestly shocked that he did that because she's never supported him. She's never supported anything that he's done. She's never spoken on him ever that
But
I've
he
heard.
needs support. That's why he
Exactly.
doing it.
Right, exactly. And so he says people see, oh, he got flags flying at half staff. He's done some good. Okay. See what he did there? See, he is a good president. Now, anyways. But I love Dolly Parton with all of my heart. Beyonce released a message for Dolly. Dolly appeared on her Cowboy Carter album as an intro to Beyonce doing a newer version of Jolene. So
And
yeah,
also multiple spaces. Her voice was on there multiple times on the album.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. All right. And also, I will have to say that I saw an interview of her explaining her song "Coat of Many Colors." "Coat of Many Colors." That's a song that she wrote about her mother stitching together her coat. They were very poor growing up in Tennessee, so they didn't have access to everything that they may have desired. However, Dolly was very, very proud of that coat that her mother made her. She said that she got teased about it all the time going to school. I guess because she was a less fortunate child or things of that nature. And something that reminds me of is when I was in middle school when the bullying was at its height. Um, I don't know if it was just one day, but it's just one day in particular that I remember wearing one of my mother's jackets or sweatshirts or whatever to school because I just wanted to. It smelled like her. It smelled like my mom, and so I just wanted to wear it so I can feel like I had her with me at school. Of course, I got somebody actually said in class. I can't remember what class it was, but I remember the class like it was yesterday. And someone said, "Oh, you got on your mama's jacket," and it was whatever. Anyways, the coat of many colors that reminded me of that moment in my life, and shout out to Dolly. She's invited to the. She was always invited to the cookout. The as Donald Trump said, the blacks loved her. We all loved Miss Dolly Parton. So Jennifer, what was your reaction to any of the deaths that I mentioned, and your connection with those?
Well, it is sad, to hear about anybody passing away, but Tim Curry, I know uh that it's major for him to go away, but it's like all I keep on thinking about is the lives that these people lived and how full they were.
Right.
And the fact that, especially for like a Tim Curry, we don't know what's going on in his life in his last years, which tells me that he was at peace. So I'm sure he enjoyed the last years of his life, hopefully in Jesus' name. And especially like for Dolly, I feel like Dolly she she went to the very end doing what she wanted to do. Make sure to prepare her life to make sure that her story is told the way that it needs to be told, because she is one of those people that understands how people can misconstrue and say things the way that they want to say it
Hmm.
rather than her put her thing into it. So she was working hard from I bet you she was working hard all the way up until her last days. um
And looking
but
good while she was doing it.
yeah. But the reason why I know for sure the reason why so many people loved her and for the same reason why so many people love Betty White is because you could see the solidness on her.
Hmm.
You can hear it on her. She's just a good person. I would be very surprised to find out that she was spouting the N word everywhere. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I don't see that on her. Some people they're able to lead with their words and the picture that they paint for you, but for her, it's like her aura and the way that she talks and how she's so nice and sweet, like when you see her in interviews and stuff like that. So I know that we all believe she was a great woman. The African American community, we we may have not been the closest listeners to her music,
Right.
but one thing that the African American community can always pinpoint is somebody that is solid and that has a solid heart. And if and I always say it doesn't matter who it is, in my opinion. Um, if she was racist, she did a good job. She did us a good service, is not showing us. And sometimes, it's the least I can ask. Unfortunately,
And that's so easy to do.
ain't it though?
It's so easy to do.
That's how I know she's not, because think of all the energy it takes to not be that
Right.
when you are that.
Exactly.
Child, I'm over here talking in circles. Hey, Meghan Markle, 7460 says, hey, how you
Hi,
doing, Megan?
Megan.
Um, Miss Kim says, I love Tim Curry. He was a phenomenal actor. He passed away the day after Dolly.
Oh, after. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Tim was the first time I really noticed Tim Curry was in Home Alone 2, because we had that movie and we watched it like religiously over and over. It didn't have to be Christmas. We're gonna watch some Home Alone too.
Absolutely.
Uncle Vibration says, happy Thursday, family and friends. Hello, peace and blessings to you. Hey Tammy. She says, Miss Dolly shook me. I sh- I say. Maybe it's S-A-I say. And then she moved on to say, "Oh, okay, here we go. This is the whole thing." Miss Dolly was a shock. I shed a few tears on that one. She was unapologetically herself, crossed all lines. Even she even donated to African American communities, band uniforms, etc. That's another thing too. It's like she showed it. Like
A racist
this
person will never do the things that she's done for us. Okay. Never.
yeah. I
Hey,
think
Tammy, by the way. Hey,
Hey
Tammy.
Tammy, I think that's like the best thing about her. I like the way you said it, Tammy. She was unapologetically herself,
Hmm.
and unapologetically, Dolly was a good woman. She was a good woman. She couldn't stop being that.
For sure. For sure. Hey,
Ramir.
Claire, so glad you're here. That
Ram-
rhymed.
Ramir says, "Hi fam. I hope you're having an excellent day. Hugs and love from Joel and I." Hey
Hey,
Joel.
Joe.
Go ahead.
Just an update really quickly on the Sydney Star case. So she is being held without bond. Um,
Oh.
which I was actually a little bit surprised about. But bond is different in every situation because you don't know if there's overcrowding in the jail. Sometimes they have to make sure that there's enough space in there. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that might have been one of the reasons why she was held without bond because there might be plenty of space. And I don't know if she's in Fulton County or what. I know she's in Atlanta. I believe she's being held in
I
Atlanta, if I'm
bet
not
you it's
mistaken.
Fulton.
I'm sure it is Fulton County. I'm sure they got plenty of room. And her family has come out with a quote saying the decision, meaning the bond decision, was made on speculative opinion. Um, but like I said, go ahead, Jennifer,
I believe the decision was made upon the actions that she was accused of. That's what I believe.
and based in facts and evidence.
Child, people are hearing about the whole story from people that was around the place,
Right.
and they
Like
telling the story.
yeah, Jennifer sent me a TikTok of someone who explained the entire thing and how it all went about, and how the room key, you can only get on your floor on the room key on with the room key, and how she lured them in, and it's like
Some
it's just
predatory behavior.
the extreme predatory behavior, which leads me to believe this is probably not the first time that she has done one of
It's
these
no
things.
way it's the first time.
Because, like I say all the time, when you see people get pulled over for DUIs, it's never their first time getting pulled over for a DUI. It is never their first time. When people get arrested for robberies, a lot of times it's never their first time of robbing somebody. So it's probably just the first time she got caught. Um, I don't know what justice would look like in this particular case because I'm not in on all the information on those types of charges that she's been charged with because she's been charged with multiple charges.
All the
I'm
charges.
I'm surprised kidnapping was not one of the charges, but
Yeah, but I think the fact that he got away.
yeah, and I guess maybe she didn't like try to keep him in the room, like forcefully tried to keep him in the room. I'm
I
assuming
think
that's probably go ahead.
from the way that they talking about it, she tried to keep him like hold.
Okay,
I think he was able to fight her off enough to get away.
right, yeah,
You should have got
it's
kidnapping too. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm thinking, which is why I said I was surprised that
Yeah.
that wasn't one of her charges. But we'll see what happens as that case goes on. But it looks like she's going to be locked up until her trial, and they haven't even released when her trial would even start or when jury selection would even start. So she's probably going to be in there for a while.
Yeah. It feels like a lot of negativity that she has been sowing over the years, over the years. It's like stabbing her in the gut. Mamera says, Joe says, hi, guys.
All right, hey Joe, that makes me so happy. I don't know why it makes me so happy.
Love it. Uh, Mamera says, P.S. in Canada, guys, covers all genders and identities. We keep it simple and always have. Where's the rest of that? But we understand. We use guys out here.
Yeah, yeah. It is what it is. Something that happened this week that did not surprise me whatsoever, and
What?
the actions thereafter did not surprise me whatsoever. So, the National Association of Black Journalism or
Oh,
journalists has given the Thumb Down Award, one of their five thumbs down awards. They gave it to five different entities, not just people, but they I think they did it for a newspaper, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly what newspaper it was, but anyways, one of the recipients
oh, it
was
wasn't
Miss.
a newspaper. It was their it's their an association. They had the Black Journalists Association. I wish I knew, or African American Journalists Association. I wish I knew the exact acronym, but they had a whole conference And at the conference, they made the announcement for it
Gotcha, gotcha. And
on a big screen and everything, child.
wow.
It was
And
bad.
Stephen A. Smith is one of the recipients. And the reason why, you ask? Well, it's because of all of his defamatory and derogatory comments towards prominent African American women, not only Serena Williams, when he was speaking on her appearing on during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime
Child.
show, him saying that,
Child.
if that was my wife, I'll be asking, what is it with you getting on stage to shade your ex nigga, like and then when Alexis Ohanian came back a little bit later and said, "Are you married? What type of advice are you qualified to give on a marriage type of situation?" But Stephen A. Smith, he didn't want that smoke. I don't know if
At
it's
all.
I don't know if it's because he's a billionaire. I don't know if he's white. I don't know what the case may be, because his actions make and his words make it seem like he's for the smoke. He's ready for all the smoke, the magma, the hot lava, the hot rock, all of that. Seems like you want all of that the way you be talking, and the way that he's spoken about Jasmine Crockett, saying that she should not be speaking about Donald Trump in the way she is. Many other
Rhetoric.
things, and so. Stephen A. Smith's response to this was the following. This is the epitome of Christmas arriving early. The NABJ, the National Association of Black
That's it.
Journalists, yes, wants to call folks out. Fine. You had your turn. Now my turn is coming. And make no mistake, I'm coming. Let's see who really deserves a thumbs down award when it comes to the black community. After I say my piece, remember NABJ, you asked for it. I've shut my mouth for years. Now y'all started something. Um,
Girl.
I feel as though Stephen A. Smith really does understand where he stands with the African American community at this point. I'm not sure exactly how much of a percentage of his audience includes us as African Americans.
Mm.
Maybe there are Black men out there who still listen to him. I don't know how popular he is amongst the Black men. I don't have the polls, I don't have the numbers. But I feel as though ever since he became a person of notoriety, it seems as though his nature is to say things to cause a stir, to say things that'll get people talking. And so he's become a professional at that nowadays. And for National Association of Black Journalism to point out the things that you are doing voluntarily is now an issue. So it's clear that either Stephen A. Smith doesn't see the issues with the things that he's been saying, maybe he doesn't care, or he doesn't agree. I don't know. I have no idea. I do not want to get into that big four-headed brain of his. I don't have time to do that. Because I will probably never understand why he does the things that he does. But I'm actually curious to see what will come out of his mouth next. And something tells me that he knows better than to cross a line, although he has crossed the line many times in the past. I think he knows better than to take it there, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Jennifer, were you surprised by this news? And were you surprised by his reaction and response to this?
I found it funny
Mm.
that they decided to do that, and it's deservedly so. So I didn't feel a way about it. As far as his reaction, no, I'm not surprised because he is the gotcha kind of person. He has to say the thing. He has to, be the person with the negativity. Um, he does this, Jonathan, for money. That's all it
Right.
is. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? It's one thing, in my opinion, it's one thing to say the crazy stuff about sports because the bulk of that stuff and I believe is opinion because they're not in the gym with them with the people in there. They're not strategizing with the coaches or anything like that. So everything that they say, in my opinion, is just based upon opinions. But when you start politicizing yourself, he made himself political
Mhm.
and is I don't even look at him as a journalist. You know what I'm saying?
No,
He's just a talking head, in
because
my
he's a
opinion. Just
journalist.
somebody that talks loudly. And then once again, is saying the thing so he can make sure that he's being seen. So I don't have a whole lot of care for him and what he stands for whenever he feels like he wants to stand on it. Because at one moment, I support my brothers and sisters. The next moment, he's talking about, well, you shouldn't have talked about Trump. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he shouldn't have talked about his people. So Miss Kim says that Sydney Star story is very disturbing. Yes, it is. Um, like what the hell is wrong with her? Sick heifer. That's
Right. That's it. She's sick.
sick. Oh gosh. And I just keep on thinking like why it had to be a young boy
Ri- Yeah. Why
and
not a
somebody
grown man?
13, 14 is not going to be thinking like somebody that's like 18. If you just wanted them young, okay, but 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
That's a level stupid that you'll be able to cite, even if they tall and buxom or whatever. I don't even know how the young man look, and thank God we don't, because he don't need to have his identity out there in Jesus' name.
Right.
But you can smell 14.
Right.
So there's no way in my shondo that Sydney Star would think that that person was of age to try to F on.
Right.
Okay.
I can understand, maybe 17. Maybe you might have mistaken the 17-year-old
Whoopsies.
for
You know what I'm
18-year-old.
saying? I
I
get
get
that.
that,
Because they're
but
looking old sometimes.
because these kids are looking grown,
But
honey.
13, 14.
No, I
You've
refuse to
got to
believe
be
that. I
kidding
refuse
me.
to
What
believe
kind of sadistic, nasty stuff are you trying to do with some child that and I mean it's almost like she wanted to try to take advantage of his curiosity. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because at that age, that's what they are, curious.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's just absolutely disgusting. And I do agree. I must reiterate yet again, Jonathan. Ain't no way this is the first time she did that.
No, no, not at
This is
all.
just the first person that had I'm not saying that people that don't have a parent wouldn't tell the story.
Right.
Start that there. But this one had parents that were there that he could run to because he's 13, 14 years old. They were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had parents to run to and parents that would be happy to call the police and make sure that something happens.
And when we say this is not the first time, we say that allegedly because we are not sure for a fact that this is not the first time, but we're just going to say it's more of a probability that this is not her first time. But we don't know for sure. We're not speaking on facts. We're just
We're
making
speaking on opinion
yes,
and our
exactly.
thought process. Usually, people that get in trouble for this, it would not be their first time to do that,
Right.
um, in our opinion. Ms. Kim said the National Association of Black Journalists, the NABJ, it was their annual conference. And Jonathan, what's crazy too, he actually not only had that to come out, I think he had like a video or whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe he went live talking about it. He was saying that he bought First Take to the NABJ like 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He put himself out to be like, well, I'm somebody that's bringing the people over there to y'all. I'm somebody that is bringing excellence to your little shindig over here. But he wasn't there this year, the year that he got.
And I forgot to mention, he went
Hmm.
on Sean Hannity's show on Fox News to talk about this. Now, I'm not going to look for that video because I know
No.
it ain't gonna do nothing but piss me the off.
Okay, foolishness.
But like he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Hell, he
And
could have asked them to put him on the list so he could have this type of thing going
yeah.
on.
Okay, but see, this is the just one of those things that makes you want to say like, are we selling our souls allegedly? You know what I'm saying?
That's
These
what
are
it
the
seems like to
things are
me.
the things that we're doing
Allegedly.
to get money allegedly on another level because he was already making money at First Take and stuff,
Hmm.
but he take it to the next level to try to be MAGA adjacent. to make more money.
Right. Because that is where the money's at. I mean, if you've seen Kid Rock's mansion, I mean, he's living large and taking charge. So,
Big boy. You said Kid Rock?
Kid Rock. Because there was like I think Robert F. Kennedy, who's over I can't remember what he's the head of, but he took pictures in Kid Rock's like jacuzzi or swimming pool or something like that. And there were other pictures of his mansion. Like there was like like how pools look like they're going off of a cliff. He had one of those types of pools. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I had to Google that because I said, "What Kid Rock?" I almost look at him as if he's the crypt keeper. Um,
I mean, he definitely does look like it.
I mean, it's not that he doesn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? So, he's worth his net. They say his net worth. Of course, all this is alleged. We don't know how much Google's AI is saying, but they're saying his net worth is between 150 and 175 million.
Hmm.
He has over he okay music and touring. He does a lot of touring
Okay.
and his music or whatever. He licenses Kid Rock's Big Honky Tonk and Steakhouse in Nashville. It's a high volume that pulls in estimated $30 million in annual revenue.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And real estate. He has an extensive property holdings are valued in tens of millions. They include a 27,000 square foot custom mansion in Nashville and 500-acre compound in Alabama and multiple properties in Michigan and Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, and he owns and operates his own independent record label, Top Dog Records,
I think I've heard of that before.
and maintains highly lucrative direct to consumer apparel and merchandise line. MAGA kept him paid. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Miss Kim says, did Kankles make derogatory comments about Steven? Of course not.
He
Wait, no,
did.
yes, he did.
He said he was a low IQ person, and Stephen
Yeah,
had no response for that at
none,
all.
none.
None. Um, we also have an update on the Nolan Wells case. So last week, Nolan Wells and his defense team, they were looking to file for a new trial. And they brought in evidence concerning both Carmelo and the victim's background. Apparently, all of that information was not allowed into the actual case itself. And so a lot of things came to light concerning, I think his last name was Metcalf, if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
Anthony or Joshua, I don't know. His last name was Metcalf. So apparently, Mr. Metcalf and his brother have been known to do certain racist type things, spray painting KKK on different things, and they've gotten the judge removed from the case. So I guess that's definitely a good thing. Um, but with this new information, because I had no idea that this was going
They
on.
had no idea.
Well, yeah. However, I did hear about Metcalf's father coming out and saying very derogatory things about the African American community. And Keith then went on an interview, I think with ABC. I did not watch that interview because I did not want to get pissed off. But he spoke.
Protecting our peace.
Right, exactly. I just saw the clip, and he said that there is no justice for his son. But anyways. So yeah, different information came out. So I still don't know if there was any racist things going on in the midst of the actual altercation itself, but it leads me to believe that that might have been the case. Now, that did not come up in the trial, so that's what made me believe that that did not happen. But I think that there might be a possibility that it might have happened. Carmelo Anthony has yet to say anything about that, anything like that happening when he went on to wound the young man and take his life. But it definitely put me in a different mind space concerning this entire case. Now, their appeal to the judge to have a new case was denied, so he will not have a new case. However, his appeal is still up for grabs. I don't know if that's going to cause something else to happen, but definitely made me think differently about the case. I still think that Carmelo has to do some time for taking a young man's life. No one deserves to have their life taken at the hands of another person. However, it made me rethink what type of punishment would be needed for it. So Jennifer, you sent me the TikToks about this case. So what are your thoughts on Carmelo Anthony's new defense team, because he doesn't no longer has the lawyers he had for his original trial? What are your thoughts on the steps that his new defense team is taking to try to get another outcome out of this case? And what are your expectations going forward?
Well, from what the experts are saying, it sounds like they the new defense team is doing everything that they're supposed to be doing
Right.
to get things done, and having that information out about the young men, the brothers, just saying who they are and the kind of people that they are, it certainly can build a different story in your mind of what could have happened under that tent
Hmm.
and what could have been said under that tent and how somebody allegedly, possibly, who knows, could have been provoked under that tent. So, yeah, hearing more of background information and what was done in the past, what those two have done in the past. And they also pulled out Carmelo Anthony's past as well.
Hmm.
I'm not saying he's perfect, but unfortunately, well, fortunately, he's not. He wasn't as bad as, the Metcalf boys. So, yeah, yeah. All I can say is that I'm patiently waiting. I'll see. We'll see what happens. That's all I can say.
We definitely will. We definitely will. I just wanted to speak on Clarissa Shields just for a moment. I don't want to get too much into that. Papoose
Ciao.
did get a tattoo of Clarissa's name on him earlier this week. And so, shout out to Papoose for doing that.
Ain't that
Um,
cute?
Clarissa Shields had Lotto walk her out to her most recent fight. And so that was great for her, I guess. And Clarissa also came out to
You
say
said,
this.
I guess. I'm sorry.
Clarissa also came out to say that she wants Beyonce to walk her out in a boxing match before she retires. I don't see this happening, but hey, we can all dream. We can all have, our delusions of grandeur to think that this might happen or that might happen or whatever the case might be. Um, it made me Papoose getting her name tattooed on him made me think a little bit differently about their relationship. And I'm like, oh, Papoose is going all in on this. Like he's it seems like he's a little desperate here, you guys. It seems like he's a little bit desperate to try to convey that their relationship is real, to try to convey that they should be, the next, Barack and Michelle. Like they can be martyrs, for not martyrs, but they could be good representations of Black love in the Black community. And um I just don't see it that way. Unfortunately, I just don't see it that way. But Clarissa is an amazing boxer. She's probably one of the best in her field. I haven't really heard about her losing fights recently. It's great that she was able to get Lotto to walk her out. It's great that she was able to get Lotto to walk her out, in her most recent fight. But don't bet on Beyonce walking you out. The Beyonce ain't never done that for any boxer of any name at any time whatsoever. So why would she and her billionaire ass waste her time? Not waste her time. Spend her time walking out with you during
You
your
were
box.
right the first time.
But I'm wondering if they're ever going to get married. Now she did come out, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, to say that she next year she is going to have his baby. She did come out and say that like 2 weeks ago that she is going to have his baby sometime next year. Now I don't know if they plan on getting married in the in meantime, in between time. I don't know if that's going to happen because as far as I know, Papoose and Remy Ma still have yet to be officially divorced. I don't believe that they are officially divorced as of yet. So who knows? Who knows? But Clarissa out here looking like a straight up bird. But hey, that's just who she is. Jennifer, your thoughts on Papoose getting Clarissa's name tattooed on her having Lotto walk her out to her most recent boxing match, and her dream of having Beyonce walk her out before she retires.
I feel like she's not a bird. I feel like she's more of a fool.
Okay, what's the difference between the two? If you could
I
enlighten me.
don't know. I feel like a bird is just. not just clueless about life and being with people, but like I've seen plenty of birds that could understand a man that don't want them.
Plenty of bird, yes.
She's just, in my opinion, like out there. Number one, everybody can dream. Just like you said, everybody can dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is a cute situation. I'm not saying Lotto is failing at life. I'm not saying Lotto, her career is non-existent. It's going down or anything. I'm not saying any of that.
Because she's still very much relevant, for sure.
She is relevant. She just had an album come out and all that good stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't
it's
know that.
so yes, very relevant. Um, so it's nice that Clarissa was able to get her. Sh I'm telling you, literally shooting for the stars, hoping for Beyonce one day. I believe the only person Beyonce would have come out with, if ever she would have done it, it would have been Layla Ali. Nobody less, nobody more.
Right. Right.
But anywho and
Right.
anyhow,
That's the only thing that would have made sense, okay? Because she was a legend. Even though she fought in less than 100 matches, she was still
okay,
she's still retired undefeated.
not only a legend, but she's the daughter of the Legion. She's legacy. Like,
The best there ever was.
okay. Anyway, so moving on and moving forward with this tattoo, I feel like we all know what this tattoo was. Because, she has the tattoo, Papoose name tattooed under her boobie. And
Oh,
he has, Clarissa on his arm or whatever. We all know what this was. This is just something to make her shut up. Since I can't get married to you yet because you are holding on to this marriage for dear life. Because if a man don't want you, they ain't gonna try to fight for everything that you have so that they can have it.
mm,
If a woman
hmm
don't want you, if a woman don't want you, they are okay with letting you have whatever you have or whatever and cut ties and move on and move forward. Papoose still wants Remy.
yeah,
Not only Remy, but Remy Ma's money that she's still making. She's still making music. She's still doing you know, uh performances and stuff.
yeah, yeah,
I know he wants all of that money. That's what, and it's apparent in my Shondo. That's all he was there for in the first place.
yeah,
Because when she got out, he was able to do love and hip hop and stuff like that, and they had a lot more eyes on them.
right.
So it's he doesn't want to let that go, but he still wants to try to disrespect Remy Ma. I'm happy that she's holding on to whatever gun she got to make sure that he ain't getting no money. I hope he comes out with that thing with nothing.
Nothing.
Dry, dry. But all that tattoo was to shut Clarissa up.
Did you see this
She ain't having
coming?
nobody's baby.
Did you see something like this coming from Papoose when he was originally with Remy Ma and they were on on Love and Hip Hop New York? Because to me, they were like a gorgeous couple. It seemed like they were in love. It seemed like he was a good man. It seemed like she was a good woman. It seemed like they want to be together forever. I did not see this coming at all.
To me, they had a good story, but
Hmm
when you looked at them,
hmm
I didn't feel the love
Oh,
personally.
okay, okay,
Because it takes love for a man's face to change.
yeah,
And I just didn't see that in him. You could even see that in Jim Jones with what's
Chrissy,
her name? Chrissy, yeah. We know he loved Chrissy, he just ain't never gonna marry her. That's just is what it
right,
is. But you can see he got love for that woman.
for sure.
But with Papoose, his face was just always on like, you know, a hard dude's face would change for the woman that he loves. And I don't think that was there.
Or band that he loves.
Oh, yes. But he keeps but and now it makes even more sense why they kept on pushing the black love thing, kept on pushing it because as long as you continue to put a the name to the relationship, you're going to think that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't believe that was there. But they ain't having babies because I heard one girl say that after he had that last baby with Remy Ma, They said that he had a vasectomy. That's why they call that baby the golden child, because she was going to be the last one.
Wow.
So that's why people saying that they ain't gonna have no baby, because they said on the show that they had that he got a vasectomy. No.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Sorry, Miss Clarissa. Baby ain't happening. Well, and I would think she would know that if that's public
But she's
knowledge.
but she's a fool. Fools
maybe
believe what they
she
want to believe.
maybe she's looking for a miracle. Aren't we all?
Well, you're right. We are looking for miracles. We can continue to call on Jesus to make the impossible
Okay.
possible. Yeah. Mm. Miss Kim says, that's not going to happen. We all know, sis. The
Yeah.
bear says, be right back. All right, sis.
Okay.
And Miss Kim says, I'd like to see her and Remy fight. Everybody want to see that, but I think Remy would kill her.
Yeah. Yeah.
She don't need to go. I don't want her to go back to jail, so leave her alone.
I just want to mention this real quick because it caught my eye. So Byron Donalds from Florida, he's a senator from Florida. No, he's not a senator. He's a representative from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So he's running for governor in Florida, and he won the Republican nomination for their gubernatorial race. The other two candidates were straight up racist. I just want to say, it looks like he's going to be the next governor of Florida. I don't.
Really?
That's just what it looks. What it looks like.
What's his name?
Byron Donalds.
Okay.
He's the one who came out and said that African Americans had it better during Jim Crow because we were voting more. Even though I don't know if we even have voting rights back then, but he said that there was more of a family togetherness of Black people back in the Jim Crow era. And then he went on Joy Reid's show and he was trying to say that that's not what he said and he didn't mean it that way and it was being misconstrued and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to put it out there that Florida, if y'all live in Florida, y'all about to have this crazy behind man who was arrested for selling drugs in his youth and was going against laws that would give those types of people a second chance. When you got a second chance, and you don't want other people to get a second chance, but okay, it is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there that it seems like y'all well, at least some people might say at least he's Black, but
no,
I ain't gonna say that.
That sounds like if Georgia would have put Herschel Walker in there.
As one of their senators. Child. Anyways,
Child.
you don't have anything to speak on about that, do you?
No, I find that it's not a little surprising. We're talking about Florida here.
Right, exactly. So Brandon Tatum, I was not familiar with him before he made this statement, and I hate that not that I have to speak on this, but I hate that I'm speaking on this because he should have never said what he said. But he was a former football player. Now he's one of those MAGA people who's a MAGA voice. And he's also an African-American. Jennifer, go ahead and look him up because I want you to pull up a picture of him and his wife. I tried to send that to you on Instagram, but for some reason the link is not showing the picture.
You said Brandon Tatum?
Brandon Tatum. Tatum's being spelled T-A-T.
Oh, that nigga.
U-M. Right.
Child,
so he came out last week and had the nerve to say that Michelle Obama is not an attractive woman. He said, my wife, she's fine. She's sexy. She's this and she's that. But Michelle Obama is just not that attractive. Now, he didn't say that she was ugly. He didn't say that she looked like a monkey. He didn't say any of that. But he had the nerve to say that she was not an attractive woman, sir. And now he's upset because people are saying that his wife, who's definitely on the lighter side of things. I don't know if she's white for sure, but it looks like she probably is. And now he has an issue with people coming for him and his wife.
That's a white woman.
That's a white woman, right? When you have the nerve, the gall, and the gumption to come out your mouth speaking up against our forever first lady, you cannot be surprised that people are coming for you and your white wife. honey. Okay, so I guess if Michelle Obama was white, she would be pretty. She would be attractive. Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant? But I'm sure he's making buku bucks just like Kid Rock off of being a MAGA person. So and the
Oh,
and the
look, he
best
at the White House for Easter. Look at God.
and the best part about this is there is no response needed from Barack or Michelle Obama for this because they up here. Okay, they up here. They pass where my camera hits because they all the way up here. They don't toss like Queen Mariah from Married to Medicine. She's not going to toss tomatoes amongst pigs or whatever that line is that she said. She ain't got the time. She ain't got time. She got a podcast to do. Okay, she got money to make, honey. Okay. Jeez Louise. Jennifer, did you hear about him saying that Michelle Obama was unattractive? And are you surprised that he's upset that people are coming for his wife now?
He can cry all he want to. Um, you get what you receive. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna come for somebody, we'll all come for that other person. Because we let's be real, we all know that he ain't gonna talk. No, the former president and first lady are not gonna talk crazy towards him. So we'll be happy to be his anger translators. Um, and this man, if you listen to him talk or hear his full story, I would love. Being that this man is on your radar. I'm going to send you other stuff that he's been saying because you know he's been interviewing the boys with the Nolan Wells case, right?
He's the one that was interviewing them. Okay. Because I saw those clips before. I did not know that that was him. Okay.
That was
Thank you for that.
same dude, and
No
of course
wonder.
that's why they getting him, the black man that's trying to uphold these Caucasian fellows to try to help them seem as if they're
Innocent.
there you have
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that man, um, sorry to that man. He don't deserve nothing.
Right.
And that's just and I say that for every coon that wants to make money
Every
off.
coon.
Yeah.
Because that's what he is. Straight up.
Yeah. And before that, I saw this really insightful video. It was long, but it made a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So he is an ex NFL person that didn't make it big in NFL, but just made it across the threshold, was making an NFL check at least for a little bit.
Right.
This Tatum dude, he's also in the same bowl. He was making a little bit of NFL money, but when they cut you off, they cut you off. And now you have to figure out, because I've been playing football since I was 7. Now I
Right.
need to find who I am.
Mm-hmm.
He made a crazy video one day, talking crazy. And he started making more and more videos talking crazy to get more shine, more spotlight
More clout.
to himself. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then he started going towards the MAGA side of things, started gaining even more and more attention, which is how he became who he is. And that football player that was making the video about him, he said, I was there too. I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
find out who I was. And it's a great thing, but it's this our identity is very important.
For
And when
sure.
you're lost in that way, where you're looking to be up here where you used to be,
Mm-hmm.
and the only people that are giving you that kind of shine are the people that are happy with you, degrading your own race, um, that's a choice.
It
And he
is.
made that choice. Oh, sorry. Um, Miss Kim says, I don't think Byron Donalds will win. Florida isn't that progressive.
I did not consider that he was a black man. And I don't think they've ever had a black governor. Yeah.
Maybe they feel comfortable with him the way he talking.
Yeah, because he is a MAGA man, so who knows?
And one thing I noticed, even white people call black people coon. So I don't know.
I mean, because it is a fact of life that they exist.
Who knows, child? Miss Kim says he called Cankle's daddy. Lord have mercy.
He
Talking about
definitely
Byron.
did. He definitely did. Jennifer, if you could go into your Instagram DMs and pull up the
I
video
already
of
have it up.
Kenya Moore. Okay, yes. So Miss Kenya Moore, um, she's apparently had a facelift
The
or
good
some kind of
stuff.
surgery done, but it it looks good.
She
Can you,
called Nene and asked, "Girl, who did your face?"
right, because Kenya, I have to say she looks younger.
She looks gorgeous.
She looks good. I mean, Miss Kenya looks
See,
good.
this is what you do when you step away from the media for a while. You come back looking like,
And as Alexander Rogers would say, when you show up to a workplace with a sexually explicit photo of a coworker, you go off and do your thing.
yeah, yeah.
So she's doing her thing. Shout out to Kenya Moore because that face is snatched, honey. She had herself a good doctor, honey.
And the face is so smooth. Not saying it's,
Because if you compare this face to her face on on her first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey, she's unrecognizable.
oh no. See, this is why I don't be on Instagram like that. You see some of these comments?
I'm that's yikes.
This person said, "This reminds me of when Facetune first came out and everybody looked like an oil painting
Oh
with stark
no.
white teeth and curvy muscles."
Like, y'all, why y'all gotta shoot her down
They're
when
saying
she's
this is AI,
herself?
Jonathan.
Gosh, I wish AI was this good because I've seen AI. AI don't look like this.
But I have to say it might be kind of rude because I saw a video of her at the event that she's at, which is the anniversary celebrating USA.
Okay, okay.
So there was actually a video of her walking around at the event itself,
Hmm.
and I don't know, I don't know. It looked like that was that. I didn't see a different face during that video, so
That's interesting. Well, I
yeah.
guess we'll just have to see her not in person, but like on an actual video or something of that nature to see whether it's real. Because
Oh Lord. Somebody said, Kenya, we done lost Dolly Parton, Eddie Kane, and Tim Curry, and Donald is still here. We aggravated. Please.
she's
I,
Louise.
I saw a video, somebody said, Lord, we didn't say DP, we said DT.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Oh
Now,
gosh.
we didn't say GP either.
Oh,
We
okay.
said DT.
That's yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's all we got for this week's show. Jennifer, if you could please share with the good folks your social media contacts real quick.
Well, first when Mary said oil paint and she laughing at that. But for our social media, hold on, let me find it. There it go. Follow me at Prophetic Fire Reiki. Make sure to join our Discord. I think you would enjoy it. We like to put stuff on there and pictures and stuff like that. Um, and also, I go live on YouTube every single Monday or most Mondays.
It's not like you take off like a whole
Okay,
lot of
I don't.
Mondays.
I don't. I
You
don't.
rarely take a break,
You're
Jennifer.
right. You're right. Um, yeah. As I'm thinking about a Monday, I'm gonna have to not be here. Anyway,
Mm,
so I'm live on Mondays. I'll make sure to let you guys know when I am or when I am not going to be on, and you can find that in our Discord, in my Discord. Um, so yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on TikTok as well as Instagram.
wonderful. You guys, please be sure to join us every Saturday morning at 10ish a.m. with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Um, don't know where to find us? You can find us on YouTube. Just type Faithful Warrior Ministries into the search bar and we will pop right on up. We go live every Saturday morning at 10ish a.m. to read a devotional, do a little bit of chit chat, and pray. So if you'd like to join us for that, feel free to do so. Once again, every Saturday morning at 10ish a.m. Emphasis on the
On the
ish.
ish.
You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $Jonathan Lee 07. That's $JONATHANLEE 07. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Be sure to join me every Monday for at 6 p.m. for my 90-Day Fiance review with Dustin Butler. I'm not exactly sure when my next show is that I'm going to review. I still have to think on that because I was thinking about reviewing Project Runway, but we're like halfway through the season. But I might just pick up on Project Runway from my.
Why
Who
not?
knows? Anyways,
Just start,
I'll let you.
just
I'll let
start
you
from
guys.
episode 1. And also, I'm very excited about Cheaters. Well, it's not Cheaters, but they're caught in the act with Tammy Roman. New season
Oh,
coming out.
a new season. Okay, all
Whew.
right.
You know, I watch every single one of those. Very excited about that. The first episode is a girl that actually bamboozled Tammy, and Tammy's pissed. So I'm very excited
Wow.
about seeing that. That happened on Tuesday, so I'm trying to hold back on watching them so I can build up a lot because I can just sit there and watch them all day.
Yeah.
Because Tammy does such a good job. Tammy and that therapist that she has with her, they do a good job together. Mamera says, "Good night, everyone. Have a good night. God
Good
bless.
night,
God
Premiere.
bless."
All right. And good night to you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being in the comments, for commenting, reacting, interacting with us, and all of that good stuff. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank y'all so much for being here. We'll see you on the next live. Y'all have a good one.